Hello, welcome to Artemis Oracle / Beauty Song Tarot. My name is Tan. I am your reader. Today we're going to do a general check-in for the week ahead. That's going to be the week of... I forgot. Let me see. I gotta see it. It's going to be the week of the 24th through the 1st of March. But it could resonate whenever you happen to see it. Okay, so what does the collective need to know for the week ahead? What does the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good for the week ahead? What messages he has for it? Thank you so much. We have law, lawyer, judge, police, addiction, drug, alcohol, obsession, toxic attachments. Chew, deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, cold words. Key people, core of the problem, pass. Nothingness, death, meaninglessness, erasure, forgetfulness, not forget. Maybe there will be some need for forgiveness in this situation, whatever this is, and commitment, oath, agreement, pledge, promise. In the bottom, we have hug, comfort, care, closeness. Okay. Okay. I think someone has been having addiction problems. It could be without drugs or alcohol, or it could be with having a negative mindset, negative behaviors, possibly due to past situations that kind of carry over and bleed into the present. So stuff that's happened to them in the past that plays a part in a negative part in their in the present moment. This person, whoever they are, it could be you or someone you're dealing with, and it could be a family member, friend, a loved one, a significant other, or you will know who this person is. They're okay. They're having this realization that their attachment to past situations and the outcomes that existed, that have manifested from it, the pain, the hurt, the defense mechanisms that were developed, maybe a bit of paranoia, and this need to have control has been a hindrance and hasn't necessarily served them well in this situation. Their realization is allowing them to reflect deeply about how this type of behavior, this negative addictive behavior, because people who have experienced some situations that have traumatized them in some way, and not traumatized them or has impacted them deeply, Sometimes they're not aware of these things, and I'm not giving anybody excuses because I could relate to this because of it could be due to fear, and sometimes when you're afraid, you want to do as everything you can to protect yourself from someone hurting you again, from someone just destabilizing you in some way. But this person is having a realization that there's a way to go into new situations where you don't necessarily have to carry this baggage from the past. If anything, they can use their experiences as a frame of reference in which they could look for the signs in the future to avoid, right? So this person is realizing that this negative behavior or this toxic behavior, I really hate that word toxic because people just throw it around like they were throwing around bipolar in the 2000s and 2010s and whatever, and now it's narcissist, but these negative behaviors that have became part of their personality, they're realizing hasn't served them well, and it's allowing them to think about, reflect on how they can heal, But true, it says deep thinking, remember, soft pauses, code work. It's like they're realizing that sometimes what they're doing doesn't necessarily prevent problems, it causes problems. And the solution would be to release those behaviors. They see that the core of the problem is their fear of getting hurt, the fear of losing control, the fear of being destabilized in some way, And they're realizing too that this behavior is causing them to lose important people in their lives. And that may include you, losing you. With the nothingness, nothing came of this. It's not serving them. If anything, they're losing. So they end up with nothing. They end up alone. They end up feeling isolated. They end up feeling like nothing means anything anymore. But they're saying that they have to change. They have to change. They have to change in order to be able to commit to relationships. Maybe this person has a fear of commitment, because of a past situation. Maybe they're afraid of making the same mistakes again. Maybe that's why they try to control the outcome, or to control as many things or as they can within themselves, where it's very restrictive. It doesn't necessarily allow them to be free, but they'll also try to control their environment and the people around them, possibly the way other people are behaving around them. And that realization with, because this is kind of like the sun card in a way, with it being there, but it says hug, comfort, care, closeness. They're realizing that if all this has been not allowing them to be happy, it doesn't bring them comfort. Yes, they create these boundaries around themselves to protect themselves, but in the end, they end up alone and isolated, feeling like nobody cares about them, that that they have to be by themselves in order to be safe, in order to feel safe. But they're realizing, there's nothing better than having somebody with you, because when you have somebody there, it's like they can bring brightness into your life. They can bring happiness and sunshine. But the thing is if you're someone who is constantly looking at the dark, the negative, you're constantly only going to be seeing the negative. You're not going to see the positivity in a situation. You're not going to see what happiness can come from a situation, because you're just so focused on the shadow side. You always focus on the negative of what could possibly happen, And with sunset in the bottom, lost loved one, memories, elder, nightfalls. It's like this person probably thinks about this stuff in the night. Maybe they're not happy being alone at night, not having you by their side, And if this is a love relationship, possibly they lost somebody that they loved, maybe they passed away, or maybe it was an elderly person that passed away. And the memories of the loss and the feelings that came along with it is what caused this, may have caused the person to put up their boundaries to protect themselves, you know. And then we have the independent card here, which says free, lead, initiate. I think it says initiate. No, initiative. It says initiative. I don't know if you can see that. Initiative. So someone is like, it's now with this realization, this understanding, they're now going to take the initiative to try to change things around so that they can improve the quality of relationships that they had in the past, and at least allow themselves to, or open themselves up to the good stuff, the good life that exists, rather than constantly living in the shadow, because their addiction to protecting themselves from harm, for disappointment, sadness, heartache, has caused nothing but those things. And it's because they were doing it to themselves. Yeah, so you may be dealing with someone who's going to be coming up and having a realization about how their behaviors and have impacted their relationship with you, and whatever way your relationship is. You know, it could be romantic, familial, friendship, you know. So that's something to look out for. Let's see if we could get some, let me see if we could get some advice. These cards are, okay. What advice can we give to the person who may be engaging with this person? What advice have the person? What advice do you have for this person? Listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. So if you are this person that's having this realization, you're being asked to listen to yourself. Listen, reflect, gain wisdom, seek out help where you need it, if there's something that you cannot do. Allow yourself to be guided, not only by your inner voice, but possibly by other people who can listen to you and guide you through this period of like, wow, I understand this about myself, but how can I transition myself out of this? Because it's not an overnight switch. It takes time. It takes practice. Because when you've gone through experiences that have traumatized you, have affected you deeply, we kind of, in a way, are conditioned to become protective and bring up our boundaries and stuff. But then it's a matter of like, okay, how do I put down my boundaries? Because then sometimes you're like, okay, maybe I should just completely drop them, but then you make yourself vulnerable and prone. So there has to be like a happy medium, but sometimes you need that guidance and support from someone, you know. So if you feel that's something that you need, or that could be what the person needs, you know, it's important for them to have someone to listen to them, or you to find someone who will listen to you if you resonate with this, personally resonate with this. Any other advice? You're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. So if this is you or the person, this person may have been like not really showing who they truly were, and it was as a protective measure. It was a way for them to it was to protect themselves, because they may have felt like they couldn't be their authentic self with whatever situation happened in the past that has deeply affected them. Of course, I'm not making excuses. I think excuses are totally different from explanations, you know. So yeah, so this person needs to be around someone, or needs help with finding a way to overcome these issues, but also in a way that will allow them to be their authentic self instead of hiding who they are. Because that's one of the, you know, hiding yourself it's not healthy, because you're not really being true to who you are. You're like pretending to be something you're not. But then that, in a way, is toxic, because you're not speaking authentically, you're not living authentically. You're living a facade. And at some point, it gets old, you know? Anything else? So, surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control every part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Yeah, like I said, like surrender, or like the you or this person, however it resonates, needs to learn how to surrender. Surrender the mask. Put the mask down. Be your authentic self. But it's easier said than done. It takes practice. It takes a lot of support and guidance where needed. And yeah. And trying to control every aspect, if anything, is limiting, because you're not allowing things to flow the way they're meant to. And I did a reading before this, and when you're trying to control an outcome, you're not allowing yourself to go through the journey. Because say if you are wanting something specific, like you have your goal in mind, but then you might get you might get to the goal, you may accomplish it, but then it's not as how you expected it to be. You're probably not, or they're probably not feeling satisfied with whatever they're feeling. With accomplishing the goal. So, but when you're going through the process, when you're going through the journey, you face different obstacles. It helps you redirect or your goal. Reassess and realign to it, or like change your goal entirely. But in order to do that, you have to surrender control. Surrender your control and the outcome, and micromanaging it. So and what seems to be happening here is the person is micromanaging a relationship, micromanaging themselves to the point where it's overwhelming, it's stressful, and it's causing them to isolate and from the people they love, and not really be able to feel comfortable committing to something. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to leave the reading there. I hope this reading resonates with some of you, if not all of you. And feel free to share this video with whoever you think may resonate with this message. Like this, I'm on my own lose control journey. And yeah, you have to do what you have to do. If you need help, you find help. There's a lot of resources out there. Yeah. So I'm wishing you love and light. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to Artemis Oracle Beauty Song Tarot. My name is Tan. I am your reader. Wishing you love and light and a great week ahead. Bye.